Animal rights. The simple act of eating expresses one of our most basic and profound relationships with Earth and with life. For some of us, our main connection to non-human animals is through our forks and knives. But the freezer pack wrapped in cellophane bears little resemblance to the creature that sees and breathes and sighs. As Ralph Waldo Emerson put it, "You have just dined, and however scrupulously the slaughterhouse is concealed in the graceful distance of miles, there is complicity." Zoologists, biologists, and cognitive ethologists all now agree that animals are emotional beings, and that, like us, they evolved capacities for satisfaction and frustration, for pleasure and for suffering as biological necessities. Though animals are considered part of the environment, the complexity of their experience suggests that they are much more than animated gardenias or slabs of granite. Animals are not so much a part of the environment as they are subjects moving through the environment, with experiences all their own. As anyone who has gotten to know a dog or cat, a bird, pig or a cow can tell you, animals are experiencing sentient creatures with wants, needs, and frustrations. At the heart of the impulse we call religious is the desire to lessen suffering and to extend justice and compassion. Climate control, hunger, trade, labor, neocolonialism, environmental justice, animal rights. This is a massive agenda. Even the combined energy, courage, and faith of the more than 1,000 Unitarian Universalist congregations in the United States cannot hope to address all of these issues in significant ways. Some religions comprise mighty armadas in the ocean of social, political, and economic issues. Relatively speaking, one might imagine us a single light cruiser patrolling the shores against the currents of circumstance and the waves of human need. But we should not let our size, whether we consider our denomination or just a single congregation, limit our dreaming and striving for a better world. Eugene Pickett, one-time president of the Unitarian Universalist Association, once said, "We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds." Ours is an empowering faith. We may not make huge inroads in every field of social justice. Sometimes we are just the journaling observer of the beauty around us, or that barking dog bellowing for justice. Whatever role we play, we can ever steer our steward-ship in the direction of action and service to humankind and to our planet. Every one of us can live by our hopes and deeds, setting a course toward a world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. The Earth Charter begins with this following preamble. We stand at a critical moment in Earth's history, a time when humanity must choose its future. As the world becomes increasingly interdependent and fragile, the future at once holds great peril and great promise. To move forward, we must recognize that in the midst of a magnificent diversity of cultures and life forms, we are one human family and one Earth community with a common destiny. We must join together to bring forth a sustainable global society founded on respect for nature, universal human rights, economic justice, and a culture of peace. Toward this end, it is imperative that we, the peoples of Earth, declare our responsibility to one another, to the greater community of life, and to future generations. In our individual lives, as congregations, and as Unitarian Universalists, may we find ways to steer the course of our stewardship to such lofty purpose. Spirit of life and love that goes by many names, join with us now as we enter an attitude of reflection, meditation, and prayer. Deep in ourselves resides the religious impulse. Out of the passions of our clay it rises. We have religion when we stop deluding ourselves that we are self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and self-derived. We have religion when we hold some hope beyond the present, some self-respect beyond our failures. We have religion when our hearts are capable of leaping up at beauty, when our nerves are edged by some dream in our heart. We have religion when we have an abiding gratitude for all that we have received. We have religion when we look upon people with all their failings and still find in them good. When we look beyond people to the grandeur in nature and to the purpose in our own heart. We have religion when we have done all that we can, and then in confidence entrust ourselves to the life that is larger than ourselves. Let it be so. Those were the words of Unitarian Universalist minister Ralph Helverson in a work titled Impassioned Clay.